I am live and I am so happy to be here today because this is one of my favorite topics. I don't know how many of you have read, I'm sure a lot of you have read Think and Grow Rich, but it's a book full of stories that give us such uh, wisdom and helps us to find out the way to go. So today I'm going to tell you a story about that's in the book Think and Grow Rich about R.U. Darby, and he was a uncle to someone that had written the book, and R.U. Darby was really wanting to strike gold, and he got the gold fever, and he went out prospecting, and lo and behold, he struck gold. He struck gold. He was wanting gold. He struck gold. He quietly hid this spot where he found the gold. He went back home to his family and relatives and said, I found gold. Let's get all of our money together because we're going to strike it rich. And as excitedly as they could, they got as much money as they could. And Darby went and bought all the prospecting equipment and machinery and everything he needed so that he could mine his gold. So he started to go down and get the gold and mine the gold, and the gold was coming, the gold was coming, the gold was coming, and then the gold stopped. Oh my God. Uncle was just upset. So he kept mining. The day after day he mined, and there was no gold. And day after day there was no gold. And days turned into weeks. And then week after week there was no gold. He had a lot riding on this. He had families' money riding on this, but there was no gold. Week after week after week. And he finally said, there's no gold. Discouraged, he sold the machinery and the land for pennies on the dollar and went home defeated. Now, there's a change in the story because the person who bought the machinery and the gold was a very shrewd business person. And he went and he got the experts, and they looked at the land and they saw that he had run into a fault. But there was much gold to be had. And so the person who bought the equipment became a millionaire because he sought out the experts. When Darby discovered that he gave up 3 feet from gold, he learned his lesson. So how does this pertain to lawyers about not giving up? Well, lawyers are very much like these prospectors. What do? You decide on a destination. You decide to be a lawyer or an attorney, and you go to school and you go to law school, and then you pass the bar. I mean, that's like, Darby, you're doing all this stuff, getting all the equipment, everything you need. And then you go out and you practice law, or you go to a law firm, and many, small percentage, hit gold immediately. They're where they want to be. They're making the kind of money they want to make and doing the kind of work they want to do. That's a very small percentage. There's a large percentage of attorneys who are not happy. They're at the fault line. They're not happy. They're billing hours. They're discouraged. They're overwhelmed. There's all this work over here to do. They're stressed. They're not making the money. You went to school. You went to school. You did all the work. Why aren't you making the money that you know you deserve to make? Why is it the few that are making the money? Why aren't you making the money? Because the legal profession is fraught with a lot of deadlines and long hours and stress and deadlines and difficult clients and politics within the firm. And there's a lot of, unfortunately, a lot of abuse within the firm. There's a lot of we and them. There's a lot of not people not being trained. There's a lot. I read a post the other day of someone who says an associate's job is to jump when the partner comes. They are supposed to do obeisance to the partner. Well, that's not a really a great situation, is it? So here's where perseverance comes in. You have to imagine yourself like, are you Darby? And are you Darby's uncle from Napoleon Hill's book, Think and Grow Rich? And realize that thriving and fulfilling your lifelong desire, whether it be financial, and no one can tell you what your dreams or your goals are, be it financial, be it emotional, be it family, be it having your own practice, be it money, making money, whatever your goal is, you need to dig your heels in and say that I am not going to settle. Do not settle. Do you need to do like the shrewd businessman and get a coach? Like somebody like me? I mean, I've been coaching for 25 years. There are other coaches around too. There are a lot of people. You have to find out what is it that will help you. What is it that's going to help you to build your practice that you want? If you are interested in your law practice, if you're interested in building a successful law practice, it's going to take consistent effort. You really are going to want to see what are the things that will get me where I want to go. There's the law of 80-20, the 80-20 rule. Really, probably 80% of the things you're doing are not getting you to where you want to go. So you have to change that paradigm. So you're doing the 20%, increasing that by 20 to 30% so that you can achieve your goal. Don't allow yourself to be discouraged by the things that are going. If you have income goals, that's a big motivator. And a lot of times, you'll get in a situation where you feel like I don't have enough clients. Oh, I don't have enough clients. If you're a solo practice, well, if someone else down the street has enough clients, then you just have to figure out what is your way of getting clients. Don't just say, oh, well, they're very successful. I don't know how they got successful. And I'm here, I'm class B, they're class A, I'm class B. That's not what you want to do. You want to get a strategy. And then if that strategy doesn't work, you find another strategy. But you make up your mind, I am going to make my goal, whatever it is. If it's making $300,000 a year, $500,000 a year, even $200,000 a year, whatever your goal is, don't allow the discouragement to whisper in your ear, like, okay, I'm thinking too big. This is more than I can achieve. The rewards will await you if you don't give up. This is why lawyers never give up. And the final thing is, what is your goal as far as your quality of life? More and more, especially Gen X and millennial lawyers are saying, I deserve quality of life. But you don't have to give up your financial goals because of quality of life. We know that the people who make the most money in this country are the people that work the least. So you have to make up your mind, either you're going to be a worker bee lawyer or you're going to be a strategic lawyer so that you're going to get to the top of the mountain of your financial goals. You really want to figure out what are the things you need to do that you can make the money you want to make. And you don't want to allow yourself to feel like I have to settle. Settling is a most discouraging and unmotivating and stressful thing that you could do, because when you know that you can do better, you know that you can make more money, you know you can make a better practice, you know that you can have a better practice area, then seek out support or find a way or ask people who are doing what you want to do. Find out what you need to do to build your practice, because you deserve to have the law practice you want. So this is the message here. Don't be like, are you Darby's uncle? Don't give up 3 feet from goal. Don't give up 3 feet from goal. I'm going to say it one more time. We're not giving up 3 feet from goal because you have everything you need. You just have to restructure and reorganize how you're doing your work so that you can have the law practice, the financial security, and the family and personal life that you deserve. Thank you for joining me today.